here because I have heard his name when I was at Delhi when working with my guide who is a student of Dr. C.R. Babu. I think sir may be remembering him, Dr. C.R. Babu from Delhi University. So at that time I heard his name, and I'm very much delighted definitely to see you, sir. We have Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, Dr. Hiren Doshi, sir. So I request him to sir, please welcome our guest of honor, Dr. Parabia.
Thank you very much.
Respected Meenubhai Parabia sir, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Dr. Hiren.
Thank you, sir. Actually, on behalf of Sage University and Sage Fraternity, I welcome you, sir, in this faculty development programs. मैं सर के लिए यही बोलूँगा कि सर हमारे गुरु रह चुके हैं, उनके साथ हमने बहुत समय लिया है। जब मैं एकदम बच्चा था ऐसा मान सकते हैं, और सर के लिए मैं बच्चा ही हूँ, और सर का इतना नॉलेज है। मैं अभी की बात करूँगा, आज की बात करूँगा। एक्चुअली मेरा सीवियर हेडेक था और सर को जस्ट मैंने मैसेज किया कि आई एम नॉट अनेबल टू ज्वाइन दिस मीटिंग, तो सर ने मेरे को तुरंत लिख के दे दिया दो चीज, आरोग्य वर्धिनी, और ये दो चीज मेरे को लिख के फट से भेज दिया, ये लीजिए और आपका दर्द मिट जाएगा। तो उनके मतलब नॉलेज इतना जबरदस्त है, और मैं ये जो भी स्टूडेंट्स है एवं स्टाफ्स है उन सबको बोलूँगा कि उनके नॉलेज को शेयर करना ज़रूरी है, और उनको नॉलेज से हम गेन कर सकते हैं। आप आज वर्कशॉप अटेंड जो भी करेंगे, उनका डेलिब्रेशन इतना फ्रूटफुल रहेगा, उतना इंफॉर्मेटिव रहेगा कि हम कुछ न कुछ लाइफ में आगे बढ़ सकते हैं। तो मैं सबको यही कहूँगा कि मतलब थैंक्स तो वर्ड कम पड़ेगा सर, क्योंकि आप आए हमारे इस मीटिंग मंच में, तो वर्चुअल मीटिंग में, तो मैं थैंक्स तो फिर भी बोलूँगा। थैंक यू वेरी मच सर आपका, और हम सुनेंगे आपको, और ऑर्गेनाइजर टीम को भी थैंक्स बोलूँगा कि मेरे को बोलने के लिए मौका दिया। तो वंस अगेन आई वेलकम यू सर, एंड सबको मैं ऑल स्टाफ को भी वेलकम कर रहा हूँ। थैंक यू वेरी मच सर।
Most welcome.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Just a brief introduction. I would like to give Dr. Meenu Hirajit Parabia, as he is known, was born in 1948 and retired as a professor of biosciences, dean of science faculty after serving 37 years at Veer Narmad South Gujarat University, Surat. A renowned plant taxonomist, all the botanical person who are related to botany are very much aware of his name and fame, and he's a field worker having guided pioneering work, identification and status survey of medicinal plants of Gujarat. He has produced around 31 PhDs. Just imagine 31 PhDs, developed and standardized herbal medicines for different diseases ranging from malaria, various skin diseases, spondylitis, hemorrhoids, hypertension, and curbing the side effects of cancer treatments, bronchial ailments, etc. He is a very popular, very prolific writer, writing for several columns, and wrote about 400 and odd articles in Gujarati, published about more than 82 research papers at various distinguished journals. So he is member of long standing at State Biodiversity Board, and from there I became aware of his name because Dr. C.R. Babu is also in the Biodiversity Board and convener of Technical Committee of State Medicinal Plant Board, Gujarat. He is recipient of many prestigious awards, Fellow of Botanical Society of India, Indian Association of Plant Taxonomists, and Gujarat Science Academy. He has established and developed Shri Bapalal Vaidya Botanical Research Center, solely devoted to the studies of medicinal plants. It is of huge importance right now. Even during the COVID era and also post-COVID era, medicinal plants have helped us, everybody knows. And he handled many research projects, the last being GST-sponsored development and standardization of herbal anti-malarial drug with Kothari sir of SP University. He is having endowment fund that has been established at the time of his retirement by the city of Surat. The fund holds 2 medals and 4 fellowships to the poor students. So his life is a life of giving. He has given a lot. He has provided opportunities to the students, and we from the Sage University we welcome you, sir. And please, sir, please go ahead with your presentation. It will be definitely a learning experience for all the members, all the participants who has come over here. Thank you, sir.
Most welcome, Dr. Sinha. And at the onset, I thank Dr. Hiren Doshi, Vice Chancellor of the university, and all of you organizers for giving me with an opportunity to share my views. I will be speaking on your theme, that is on the. I will also share my screen over here. Is it visible now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'll put it on the slideshow. This is the Healthy Food and Healthy Society. I congratulate all of you for selecting such a beautiful work. Just wait for a moment. I will put on my earphones, so that will be better. Okay, now am I audible properly? Am I audible?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir. You are very much audible.
Okay. Because I put on my earplugs, sometimes this technology is good if it is you see useful. Sometimes it doesn't give you proper result. Anyway, so I congratulate all of you for selecting such a beautiful topic of healthy food for healthy society. Now, this is co-authored by another 2 scientists, the person Parabia and Dr. Falguni Keshet. I am an old person and I need stick while working, so they are my sticks, and they help me in preparing this. So, my dear friends, when we say a food, the first 2 are 2 dicta. The first dictum is given by one American politician. I just miss his name, but I remember his dictum. And by acknowledging this, I should say that it is eat food as medicine. So you don't have to eat medicine as food. This is the very important dictum. So when you are eating, you see, eat it in such a way that it's a medicine. And you know that the medicine cannot be overeaten. So you have to eat just like a medicine, so as in older age, you will not have to eat medicine as a food. Otherwise, morning till evening, you will keep on taking the pills and different decoctions and all these things. And then, just like running a horse, you have to use a whip. Like that, you have to run your body in old age. So you have to be very, very careful for that. The another dictum says that eat to live, don't live to eat. Our predecessors, our older elderly people always used to tell us that you must eat to live, क्योंकि जिंदा रहने के लिए कुछ खाना जरूरी है. But then don't live to eat. इस तरह से आप जिंदा मत रहिए कि जैसे खाने के लिए जिंदा रहते हैं. So for the whole day, otherwise you keep on eating and then spoil your health. So be careful and then follow these 2 dicta, and then you will be very happy in your life. My Guruji, Professor J.L. Shah, and on the medicinal plant side, another Guruji, Sri Bapalal B. Vaidya, after whose name I created a center in the university, Bapalal Vaidya Botanical Research Center. He had written one book. That was, first one was Dincharya, and the second one was Ritucharya. So Rutu means the seasons, according to the season, and then when you get up early in the morning, and then how do you spend your day as far as the food is concerned, as far as your health is concerned? That is Dincharya. And that Dincharya says that when you say good morning to yourself in the morning, it should be before daybreak. You see, originally all our Indians, they used to rise in Brahma Muhurat, means by 4 o'clock in the evening, they used to get up. They go to the river bank, take a bath, come back, and then they start their life. But now the things have changed. We have to use our bathrooms. But anyway, getting up early, no one can stop you. May not be at a 4 o'clock, but at least by 5:30, one should get up, and then means before the daybreak, and then start your work. The first thing what you should follow is take a glass of warm water, add it with dry ginger and dry turmeric. That will keep you healthy. Ginger and turmeric are such a beautiful things that they can straighten away your digestion, help you in the digestion. Not only that, but your bowel movement will also be affected, and then you will be feeling very fresh in the morning. Just try it for a few days, and then you will realize how important it is to take a warm water added with ginger and turmeric. The another very important preparation of Ayurveda, that is called the Chavan Pras. It is named after Chavan Rishi. And Chavan Pras, you know, the main ingredient is Aula. And the Aula is supposed to be the best Pitta Samak. Uttam Pitta Samak it is. Means when the Pitta is increasing, then Chavan Pras you can take it. And all the Pitta related diseases can be taken care of by the Chavan Pras. So one should take Chavan Pras in nearly 30 grams early in the morning, and then take a glass of milk. If possible, take a cow's milk, which is very good, or goat milk, which is another the good quality of the milk you get in India. And then you see that at least the keep lull period for at least 2 to 3 hours. And when you are really feeling hungry, then only go for a lunch. So as a breakfast, if you take chavanpras followed by milk, it will keep you very healthy. And here another thing I have added into it is the type of milk, that is A1 and A2. The A1, A2, what is that? I will show you in the next slides. And then lunch and dinner also you should be careful. For that, we will come to it later on. This is the book written by one scientist, Keith Woodward. And the name of the book is Devil in the Milk. Milk is something very angelic. And here he has said the devil is hidden in the milk. What it is, that I will show you. This is accepted from this book. There are two types of milk available in the world. One is called A1 and A2. Those who have visited foreign countries, they must be knowing that in a big the malls, their departmental stores in Walmarts, and that you will find a signboard written that A2 type milk available, and which is about 3 to 4 times costlier than the A1 milk. In India, all our cows, in India we have got nearly 30 different breeds of cow. In Gujarat we have our Gir and Kankreji, but there is another Kachhi also, which gives it slightly lesser quality, so the lesser quantity of the milk. But then it is all our 30 breeds give us A2 milk, whereas all the European breeds, they give us A1 breed. And that A1, why they are called A1? Because it contains A1 kind of beta casein. Milk from breeds of cow like Holstein, Friesian, Jersey, etc. They are all originated in Northern Europe and is generally high in A1 beta casein. Our said that A2 milk has got A2 a type of casein. Sorry. Now, what is this A1 milk, or what do we mean by this A1 beta casein? That it contains BCM7, that is beta casomorphin 7 in E1 milk, which is not present in A2 milk and responsible for several undesirable health effects. What happens is that this BCM7, or that this particular casein contains one particular kind of amino acid called histidine. On 67th position, our A2 milk has got proline, whereas E1 has got histidine. And this histidine containing casein, casein is a kind of a protein, all of us know that milk contains globular protein as well as a solid protein, and that solid protein is called casein. So that casein, which is containing histidine, when it is digested, it produces opiates in the body. Means you know all that what opium is. So the opium, when it is taken, the people have so many different kinds of the problems. So this is called this A1 milk. When it is digested, it creates a problem as if you have taken opiate, and therefore so many lifestyle diseases are entering into it. Friends, now here I will keep on speaking, but sometimes the connection gets down. If it is that, I would request the organizer that my another number is there. Please call me on the another number, telling me that there is some problem, and then again I will readjust over here. So I just take it for granted that I'm audible, and then you are able to listen to me. The another slide says the components of the food. Normally, whenever anybody talks, people talk about the balanced diet. The dietitians are there, and then they talk in terms of carbohydrates, fats, proteins, minerals, and vitamins. From where do we get all these things? The other sources of the food, if you look at it broadly speaking, there are different cereals, different pulses, oils, fruits, spices, vegetables, masticators, beverages, and all these things we consume during the day as a food. The cereals must be an year old. This is what Ayurveda says. That whenever you have to select a cereal, maybe gehu, maybe barley, maybe bajra, maybe manwa, or maybe your jowar or rice, then this cereal must be at least a year old. Otherwise, the fresh cereal, if it is coming from the field, and if you are using that, it is called abhishyandi, means it will cause the problem with your circulatory system, that is the circulatory system of the blood and circulatory system of your lymph. So both the systems can be affected with that. So one must not take a fresh cereal, but it should be at least an year old. The best cereal is called a barley. Barley is described as a dhanya shrestha in Ayurveda. Now, what happens is that normally uh, people ignore this barley nowadays. In all your home, havan, or say the religious rituals, you use barley. And when it is to be said, some samid or that bhatta is to be given to a Brahmin, for that also you give barley. But when it comes to eating barley, nowadays Indians, they turn their face for the barley. Actually, barley is dhanya shrestha. I would request all of you that whatever you may take, say the gehu or jowar or whatever it is, but at least say the 20 to 30% of your flour must contain barley. So mix it with your gehu or jowar, and then make atta and use that atta which contains barley, at least some portion of it. Barley will require more ghee while making say the chapati or roti out of it. It is very good, especially for diabetes. Barley is best. You should go for barley. And then nowadays many people they talk about say the wheat and digestibility of the wheat. Wheat is certainly it is the best tasting cereal. When the roti is made, people prefer normally the gehu roti because the taste is very good. And that taste is again because of one special kind of a protein, and that is called the gluten. You know that. Now, many people, they are averse to gluten. Why? Because they can't digest gluten. They are allergic to gluten. So if the person is allergic, okay, you can avoid. Otherwise, there's nothing wrong in eating wheat. But then you said they fortify it by adding barley. At least 20 to 30% of barley should be added to it and make a flour. Then it is very good for your health. Normally, the millets are gluten free. There are so many different kinds of millets. You know that. So the nagli, wari, samo. There are different kinds of millets are available. Even juar is a kind of a millet. Once upon a time, all over forest areas and tribes, they were cultivating the millets. That the say the 60% of their major milieu of the crop came from millets. But now the table is turned. Hardly 25 to 30% is gone for millets, and then the people have gone for the other crops because millets are not able to fetch a good price. So what I request that it is now the function of the society to pay more for the millets because they are very important for your health and very good for our said that the digestion. So millets should be promoted. You should pay more to the say, tribal people so as they keep on cultivating these millets for us. The another important thing in food is that I recommend sprouts, gehu, then this barley means wheat, barley, different kinds of the pulses, they can be sprouted. You must be, many of you must be sprouting them. Or not only that, but in markets also, ready-made sprouted seeds are available. They are very good. Why? Because when any seed sprouts, it digests its food material. Seeds are not for us. We use it, the human beings, that is a different story. But plants produce these seeds for themselves. And then they have their own endosperm, so as that the budding or the growing, sprouting, say the sapling will have the enough nutrition till they produce the first profile leaf or the photosynthetic part on the body. And therefore, you see the sprouting seed must digest its own food material. So when it is pre-digested, it is easy to digest. And not only that, but it has also increased in biomass. So I recommend that whenever you eat cereals and pulses, at least once, twice, or three times so the week, you must use the sprouted cereal or the sprouted pulse, which is good for your health. There are Shad Rasa. People talk about Shad Rasa, means the six kinds of the, say the rasa are there. Now, it is said that the 50% of taste is a flavor. If you just take a sugar on your mouth, it is sweeter, but it doesn't give you a pleasure. But if it has a pleasure of or the flavor of a rose, you can have a beautiful ice cream or a beautiful sharbat with the rose, or it may have the flavor of say banana or a mango. All of them, they are all are sweet, but then the taste is because of their unique flavor. So 50% of a taste is a flavor. So in the third ras, otherwise there are six kind of the rasa: sweet, all of us know; sour, that is the khatti cheese, khatai; the salty, the pungent, that is katu, means the tikha, means the mirchi khate hain, so that is pungent. The bitter is a thick, bitter gourd or karyata. When you take it, it is bitter. Neem is bitter, and the astringent, like said that the tura we call it, that is the when you take a kacha guava or the amrud. When you take the unripe amrud, that is astringent. So these are the major kinds of say the rasa. Now it comes to Rutucharya. India has well-defined Rutu. I don't know whether any other country has such a beautiful, said that well-defined Rutu, other than those who are away from Indian subcontinent. When I say India, I include all others surrounding it. It's the Indian subcontinent, because once upon a time they were all the part of India. So we have Shishir, the time period which is written over here, 21st December to 22nd of February. Then comes the Vasant, then Grishma, hot Rutu, then Varsha. Actually, our monsoon is during Grishma. In northern India, the Varsha or the monsoon comes during Grishma, during summer season. In southern India, that is a peninsular India, when you go below the Maharashtra and further in a south Indian peninsula, then there are two monsoons. One monsoon is in summer, one monsoon is in winter. Of course, they don't have a very pronounced winter, but then the winter is still there. The temperature will slightly go down, not as say the cold as you feel in Madhya Pradesh or in Uttar Pradesh. Gujarat and Maharashtra also, in our northern part of Gujarat, the cold is more. Otherwise, in Surat, right now on my head, the fan is moving. So it is not that cold, even in this middle of the said that the winter season. So in south we have got two monsoon. Otherwise, in the rest of the northern India, the Varsha season is one, and that is during summer. Then comes the Sharad, and then Hemant. And now let us see one by one what do we mean by that. The first is Shishir Rutu, December to February. What will be the body condition? This is what I have decided to tell you. This is what we inherited from our sages. Your university's name is Sage, so I thought that I should talk to you something what we have inherited from our ancient sages, and this is what we must follow. Otherwise, we will keep on encountering these COVID-like things, and nothing can save us. And what they say, let us see. They say body condition during this 21st December to 22nd February, that you will have the best strength of your body. You will, but then during that, there will be accumulation of cough in the body. Possible attacks from the different kind of diseases, what one may face is cough, fever, cold, rheumatism, heart disorders, diabetes, obesity, asthma, skin affections like that. Then what to eat? You should consume more of sweet, sour, and salty foods, and avoid puffed rice. That is mumra, kurmura, what we call it. That we should avoid. Roasted grams means chana, chole, that the roasted one, that we should avoid, मूंगफली वगैरह. The popped grains means या ये जो popcorn वगैरह हैं, धानी जैसे बोलते हैं, that you should have. Later part of this that winter season you can take, but not in this season. Now what to do? You should go for the massage of the body with the sesame oil containing ashwagandha, sarso, nagod, bala, like that. Take a sun bath and followed by the hot water bath. Use the warm clothes, protect your body, then heat your limbs. Avoid refrigerated foods and leftovers. Means the basi khana nahi khana hai, taza khana khaiye. Avoid using fan. You see, then you should take what you should use: ashwagandha, sarso, nilkundi, like that. I have given the list for each and everything. I will not read everything, but just tell you that the medication, that is a list of the medication over here, which is not for you, but those who are living in Gujarat, because the medications available in Gujarat are listed over here, which are made by our pharmacies. Normally, what happens is that every regional pharmacies have their own names, so it may be a different one. So after Shishir Rutu, let us go to the Vasant Rutu. Vasant Rutu starts in February, and then February to April, the almost end of the February, last week of the February to the April. The body condition will be moderate strength, not as good as full winter. Then you see expectorant means the cough will come out, the phlegms, and with coughing you will have that phlegms or cough जो है वो बाहर आता है. Then the possible attacks will be on the skins, boils, worms, blood problems, diabetes, cold, cough, pneumonia, asthma, fever, like that. Then what to eat? You should go more for the bitter food, pungent food, astringent food, and less of the sweet, sour, and salty, which was recommended for the winter season, full winter. Now you should go keep away from that. Avoid sour, sweet fruits, extra salt, and refrigerated food. What to do? Avoid morning breakfast and the afternoon. दोपहर को लोग सो जाते हैं कई बार. तो गर्मी के दिनों में that afternoon siesta or that rest is good, that is called Vamakuksi, is recommended. But now in this season, you should not go for afternoon siesta. Avoid morning out in dew, means जब झाकल गिर रहा है, पानी गिर रहा है, तो वहाँ उस वक्त अर्ली मॉर्निंग में मत जाइए. Go after the daybreak and go जल्दी सो जाइए, जल्दी उठिए. और जो है what you have to use the basil, wouding, ginger, tender leaves and flowers of neem. You see, this is something very important, that during Vasant Rutu, one should consume at least once in a week the fresh leaves of neem to be plucked and mixed with water, crush them, and take out the juice. And take that juice early in the morning, empty stomach, then it is very good. During summer, you will not feel the scorching heat if you continue to take this kind of a neem in Vasant Rutus at least once in a week. The flowers can be reduced to सब्जी, भाजी बना सकते हैं, और वो फ्लावर्स की भाजी भी खा सकते हैं. So that is neem. You must use it in Vasant Rutu. Note down this, that this particular presentation is given to the organizers, and I request them to freely give them all of them, so as they can keep it in their house and then follow what our sages have said. I am just a postman over here, and conveying what our sages have given us. So take more of turmeric, garlic, licorice, black pepper, cinnamon, mint, clove. That should be added more during the Vasant Rutu. These are the medications are there. Let us go to the Grishma, when the season turns hot, the April to June, where the hottest season will be during this season. So the body condition, body will weaken. You will feel weakness in the body. Of course, the people will be fresh when they are young, but then normal, this is the normal condition. The आलस ज्यादा रहती है. गर्मी के दिनों में काम करने का दिल नहीं करता. जो अभी विंटर में आपको फ्रेशनेस लगती है, that you may not face in this Grishma season. Cough is absorbed, vata is accumulated, dryness of the body increases, and during this time you may have a sunstroke, hyperacidity, bilious fever means पित्त की वजह से जो ताव आता है वो, erythema means the burning of the skin, the bleeding, indigestion, cholera. Now the bleeding here, what I mean is that some people, those who are suffering with piles, they may bleed more, or sometimes from through the nose, epistaxis, नाव से नाक की वजह से जो ब्लीडिंग होता है, या तो जो मेंस्ट्रुएटिंग लेडी है तो उनको भी इस वक्त ब्लीडिंग का प्रॉब्लम ज्यादा हो सकता है. Then what to eat? You should eat more of sweet fruits, consume more of cool, sweet, light, and slimy food. Avoid salty and pungent food. Avoid fried food. And what to do? Be under the shade of the huge trees. हाँ जी. Hello. Hello. Are you telling me something?
No, sir. No, sir. Please go ahead.
Please, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Okay. अच्छा. Because I heard somebody, so I thought it is for me. Achha, take afternoon rest. Frequently wash hands. Nowadays, people are saying that wash hands. Here also the washing, but here the reason is different because it is a very summer season and the body temperature keeps on increasing. So keep the body temperature cool. You must wash hands and your face also with cold water as frequently as possible, which is good for that, for health. Then wash your eyes with cold water. Apply bottle. So it is a bitter gourd. Sorry, the bottle gourd oil. That is दूधी का तेल जो लगाते हैं. And keep wet clothes on the head. सर के ऊपर गीला कपड़ा रखना चाहिए सफेद वाला. And especially when you are going out in open the sun, your head should be covered with wet clothes there, which is good. If you are putting on cap, inside the cap you can put your piece of wet cloth, which will help you, which can keep you away from the sunstroke. And use more of a rose water, grapes, sugarcane, mango, fennel, licorice, asparagus. And this fennel, I should tell you one thing. We use it as a masticator. खाने के बाद वरियाली खाते हैं, सौंफ खाते हैं, सौंफ जैसे बोलते हैं अंग्रेजी में, जिसको हम फिनल कहते हैं. The सौंफ is a very good antacid. Those who are suffering with a pitta, pitta causes you headache, and therefore the pitta, if it is to be subsided, you should eat fennel. So after say खाना खाने के लिए, after every meals, जो वरियाली खाते हैं, सौंफ खाते हैं, it has got its own you know the significance, which will keep your acid down, which is very good. So you should consume that. Then the shatavari, giloy, vetiver, that is खस की टट्टी जो लगाते हैं. अभी आजकल तो सब भूल गए हैं, बाकी in olden days, especially in Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh, it was very common because the sun is very hot, and therefore outside all the offices and big houses, the खस की टट्टी लगाते थे. खस की जो जड़ है उसमें से टट्टी बनती थी, वो लगाते थे, उसके ऊपर पानी छिड़कते रहते थे. एक दो आदमी उसी के लिए रखे जाते थे ऑफिस के अंदर, जो पूरा दिन जो है पानी छिड़कते रहे. और उसकी वजह से the atmosphere will be very cool, beautiful smell, just like a sandalwood, and it is very good vetiver. But unfortunately, we have all forgotten that. Can we bring those days back? At least do that. That if possible, keep your the offices or houses covered with that instead of having the AC in it. Similarly, the beheda, dates, lemon, they are good for health during the Grishma season. Now, Varsha, during monsoon, body condition, body will weaken. It increases vata. Cough will predominate. खांसी सर्दी वगैरह बारिश के दिनों में ज्यादा होता है. Under the mildest sun or morning in the evening, means when you have to go out, go either in the morning or evening. Don't move out during midday when the hot sun is there. Don't have day sleep. Do not have late nights. रात को जागे मत ज्यादा, जल्दी सो जाइए. Don't walk barefoot. Don't move out frequently. Observe fast or eat only once in a day. Take hot water. And what you should use more? Guglu, ginger, fresh or dried, nirgundi, fenugreek, drumstick, castor, herde, dill, thyme, lemon, basil, mint, garlic, amla, beda, वगैरह कर सकते हैं. Or the medication which is also the recommended over here. Then the people may get attacked by paralysis, joint pains, back pains, fever, indigestion like this in Varsa Rutu. Should avoid the heavy foods, much sweet or so the cucumber, radish, mangoes, fruits, and leafy vegetables must be avoided during monsoon season, during the Varsa season. Now, Sharad, you know, in ancient times, or when a Brahmin you see, your guru gives you an ashirwad, how he will give you or bless you. Satam Jeevam Saradam. Means 100 शरद को देखो, भाई शरद क्यों, क्यों ग्रीष्म नहीं, क्यों वर्षा नहीं, शरद की बात क्यों की? क्योंकि नॉर्मली शरद की ऋतु के अंदर सबसे ज्यादा मृत्यु होती है. There are more chances of losing your life during Sharad Ritu. Means from 24th August to 22nd October is such a time that during which that person is likely to die because of some disease, because of some problems of the body. And therefore, if you have lived through Sharad, okay, you will go through well during the other period of the a year. So it is that kind of the blessings had been given. It imparts moderate strength, biliousness, person will have more of a pitta, increases an abundance of different ailments. They are likely during that. One may have more of malaria during that time. Erythema means the skin, boils, vomiting, acidity, asthma, indigestion, piles, diabetes, burning mucus, and dysentery, whatnot. All these different kinds of the great diseases, they are likely to strike the body. And therefore, you should eat more of a cool, sweet, and ghee-containing food. And the light and liquid food should be taken during that. Avoid pungent food, means tikha mat khaiye during this season. Don't take sour or salty food, and save yourself from the bilious attacks. From जो पित्त शरीर में बढ़ता है, उससे दूर रहिए. So what to do? Don't have excessive exposure to direction. Keep away from fire. At night, be under the sky. Have cold water bath. Be under tree shade. Work out to perspire in the late evening. Play Ras or Garba. Yeah? In Gujarat, this Ras Garba is very common. During this season, people eat Garba. You must must have seen Dayaben playing Garba in Tarak Mehta Ka Ulta Chashma. Whenever she is happy, she will start going for Garba. So this is very common in Gujarat, especially during Mataji's Navratri time. Ras Garba is supposed to be, and then people also observe fast because of this the problem. Then use more of a grapes, custard apple, giloy, neem, sandalwood, rose, kadu, kariatu, vasa, vetiver, bitter gourd. It is spelling mistake. It is gourd, Gourd. Then amla, pomegranate, mamejo, coriander, fennel, herde, Indian laburnum, that is our the cassia fistula, bale fruit, bale khana chahiye during this Sharad season. The hemant, that is from the October to December, the body condition will have again the best strength. Again, you can see that the hemant ritu means it's the beginning of the winter season. So it will again have the best strength, accumulation of flames, appetite increases. All of you must be experiencing this now. This winter season, you feel like eating more. Naturally, your said that the appetite increases during this. So you should eat more of sweet, sour, and salty food. Digestion will be at its highest in this season. Avoid dry, pungent, astringent, and bitter foods during this season. करेला मत खाइए इस सीजन में. करेला बारिश में खाइए, अभी मत खाइए. Massage your body with sesame oil. Take bath with gram flour and use warm clothes. Use fire early in the morning and late evening. Get ample sunlight. Keep the head and ears covered. Protect your nose and use more of a sesame, herde, amla, almond, badam, black gram, nirgundi, kapat, cinnamon, cardamom, nakkesar, clove, ginger, long pepper, basil, licorice. They are good for health during hemant season. Now here is a chart prepared by my son. This is our pharmacy, Parabe Remedies, where we manufacture some 70 different kinds of herbal medicines. So this chart is given. All of you can copy and keep it in your house. You can get it printed. You can keep it in your say the schools or colleges, in your classrooms also. So everybody can have a look at it daily, and then it will go to your mind and it will stick to it. So you can keep healthy. Now there are certain endemic foods. Here, just one suggestion in a very short way I have given. This is the new form of the endemic foods. Say, for example, all of you, whenever you eat this hamburger or a pizza, you use tomato ketchup, isn't it? Instead of that, can someone prepare the dates ketchup, khajur, खजूर है या छुआरा है, उसमें से केचप बना सकते हो. इमली डाल दीजिए खटाई के लिए. Imli, which is also very good for the health, especially during summer season where the sour food helps you. So prepare the date ketchup. Someone should try it. You see, there must be very good cook amongst you. I myself love cooking, and I do cook in my house also for my children many times. And similarly, you can develop some recipe where the dates and said the imli can be done instead of tomato, which will be healthier. You see, there are jams, Muntinga calavera. Of course, it is not an Indian plant. It has recent, I think, a few decades back, it has come to India, and now it has established and naturalized. And many berries are there. Birds eat these berries. They are very sweet. You can prepare a jam or marmalade out of it. Similarly, अमरूद से बन सकता है, ziziphus or बेर से बन सकता है. Dillenia indica, you must have seen in your forest. Madhya Pradesh has got many Dillenia trees, and the big fruits, they come to the market also, they are very sour. Can you prepare something out of it? Oxalis corniculata, that is we call changeri in Sanskrit. You know that you must have seen it. It grows among the grasses, and plenty of this is available. Normally, it comes under your feet while you are walking. No one cares about it. Actually, it is very, very important plant, Oxalis corniculata. The Dr. Doshi is a chemist himself. With him, we worked on one of the projects for developing malaria, and he's very good chemist. So for him, he must be said that conversion with this, that oxalic acid has been first isolated from Oxalis corniculata. That's why it had been named as oxalic acid. It contains organic acid, so sour in taste, and you can eat. You see, you can collect these oxalis leaves, mix with a little bit of dhania, garlic, and salt and jeera. You will make excellent chutney out of it. Very tasty chutney. You can try it, and you will remember me now for this. And it is again good for health, especially those who are suffering with prolapsus of anus, or the prolapsus of say the feminine organs. So for them, इसके लिए ये बहुत बढ़िया है. Changeria, the grit is available in the market. That is prepared out of this oxalis. But when you are getting fresh one, why not to use this oxalis as a chutney rather than going for a prepared medicine and spending a lot of money for that, because grit itself is very expensive. So instead of that, eat this oxalis corniculata, which is good for your health. Introduce in your this, and then make your sabji wala to bring it. They can collect it and bring it just like a dhania or fresh garlic. The oxalis could be collected and could be sold by these people. Jambu also, jambu, you know, this it's a black jambu, Syzygium cumini, I mean, or Eugenia jambulana we call it. In city, at least in Surat, I know of, Surat or Ahmedabad, it is sold at 350 rupees per kg. But when you go to the villages or in the forest area, the tons of jambu is just whiling away. It is just decaying under the tree. No one brings it because you see, the problem with the jambu is in mango, you can harvest the mango when they are still unripe and then keep it for a few days in your house, and then it will ripen. So the transportation is not difficult. In jambu, you know, you have to collect it only when they are ripe. So when they are ripe and then they are harvested, the transporting them is very difficult. It will go waste. So what can we do? You see, the lot of jambu is getting wasted in forest area. One of my students, those who is Dr. Falguni Shet, who is the co-author in this particular work also, she has prepared one wonderful lecture, and you know, the one day you see the program for the use of jambu. See, she goes to the say the different NGOs. She goes to the forest areas and teaches the tribal people how to make asav, how to make marmalade, how to make sarbat out of it. And there are so many other preparations she has thought of and actually standardized it, which could be said that they prepared by all of you. So if the time permits, next time you can invite her to say the talk either on the jambu, or she has done also work on you know, the wild food which is available in the forest area, and how they could be used as a food. So this jambu asam omelets are wonderful preparation. The tribal people can earn money out of it. Then the sprouted mungs. You should go for the sprouting mung, which I have already referred. And after sprouting, you can make a sorry, powder out of it. Just as गेहूं के ज्वारा आप लोग भी खाते होंगे. It must be available in the market. गेहूं का ज्वारा and it is a very good protein. So similarly, मूंग का भी बना सकते हैं.
Voice is off.
Yeah, Dr. Smriti, I think. Yeah, Dr. Smriti.
जी जी सर.
Yeah.
सर अनम्यूट नहीं कर रहे अपने आप को. सर प्लीज आप अनम्यूट कीजिए अपने आप को.
Madam, I think sir not in a meeting right now.
सर मीटिंग में है पर सर म्यूट हो गए हैं.
No, he is visible.
It's visible.
Sir, please unmute yourself, sir.
हेलो.
There is some issue.
हाँ ठीक. हाँ सर
Yeah,
अब
yeah.
सर विजिबल है.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please.
अच्छा.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
As I said, technology is good if it is obedient. Sometimes it doesn't.
जी सर.
Okay. So up to what?
Actually, it was going on like. Actually, it was going like a movie, and suddenly there was a break. Everything.
अच्छा, up to what point I was heard? Dates का ketchup वगैरह सुना?
बन गया सर.
Hello?
जाम्बू.
जाम्बू आसव.
हाँ, जाम्बू का आसव. That one you.
Yeah.
अच्छा, जाम्बू का बात किया. अच्छा, वो sprouted मूंग की बात कर रहा था.
Yes.
हाँ, तो
Yes, sir.
हाँ, the sprouted मूंग they contain all the protein and pre-digested. So you can sprout the cereals as well as mung, or even udad, or even methi could be sprouted, and then you powder it. After powdering it, you can use it, which is very good. For nagli, I was mentioning that is sattu making was very common once upon a time all over the country. Whenever people moved out, they will take the sattu. Sattu means you roast the grains first, either pulses or cereals, and then you make atta out of it. And that atta is just to be mixed with water and then take it. Now, when the restaurants and hotel have come, naturally we have forgotten to carry sattu. But still, in Bihar, Bengal, and Orissa, you will find that early in the morning, the thela wala will come with different kinds of sattu in that, and then people, according to their taste and requirement, they will use it. So within 5 rupees, people can quench their said that the hunger. So sattu is very good. People should introduce it. And similarly, like Horlicks, you can make it. You can take nagli. Nagli, that is the Illusion Coracana, finger millets, which is very rich in iron as well as in calcium. Calcium is more. And therefore, you can take that, make a sattu out of nagli, and then hello. Make a sattu out of it and then mix it with a bitter chocolate powder. Your children will love it. Just like Horlicks, you can make a drink. And for kids, it is very good. It is cheaper also and very nutritive. And you have prepared yourself, so you can guarantee the quality of it. Then the popularized use of gum. You know, the bubble gum and the the dhauda gum, that is Anogyzus latifolia gum. They are considered as very good for the health and especially for the bones. One Ayurvedic preparation called Abha Gugar is available in the market, which is prepared out of this the bubble gum and the decoction of the bubble bark, that is Acacia nilotica. So for bone fracture healing and for any arthritic or other bone problem, you can use it. And in earlier times, गुंदर पाक बना करके हम लोग खाया करते थे. गुंदर पाक अभी आज भी बाजार में मिलते हैं, जैसे उसको different under the different name. People make gundar pak and do it. So again, we introduce this. This is the sweet which is very good for your health. And in the winter season, one must eat a sweet made out of gum or gundar. Then many times, I have been, at least for last 30 years, I am advising people for their herbal medicines and Ayurvedic medicines. They come to me free of charge, daily, morning and evening. Sometime I spend with them for that. And the mothers, the new mothers, they come to me with a complaint that my child refuses to eat vegetable. I say at the age of 73, I am also refusing to eat vegetables. I don't like. I prefer more of dal rather than the vegetables. It's my personal taste. खाना चाहिए vegetable क्योंकि minerals है, vitamins है, तो क्या करना? तो I advise them to add some kind of spinach every day in dal. क्योंकि बच्चे दाल चावल बहुत पसंद करते हैं. दाल चावल में थोड़ा घी डाल दिया, गुड़ डाल दिया, and it becomes palatable and children would love that. दाल चावल बहुत पसंद करते हैं. तो जब दाल बनाते हैं उसके अंदर आपका वो जो अलवी का पत्ता है वो डाल सकते हैं हम, मेथी की भाजी डाल सकते हैं, जो बथुआ की भाजी है वो डाल सकते हैं, पालक की भाजी डाल सकते हैं. तो दाल के अंदर भाजी डाल दीजिए, दाल को मिक्स कर दीजिए, किसी को पता भी नहीं चलेगा इसके अंदर कौन सी भाजी आपने डाली है, और स्वाद बहुत बढ़िया लगता है. And person will get enough minerals and vitamins out of it. So this is the one practice which should be adapted, especially for the kids. कि जब भी दाल बनाओ, दाल के अंदर कोई ना कोई भाजी डाल दिया करो. Moringa, from the while introducing, Dr. Siha said that I am with the Medicinal Plant Board almost for now last 16 years, and we are promoting this moringa very much. In northern Gujarat, moringa is cultivated by the farmers. So of course the drumsticks are going as a vegetable and they are sold, but the moringa leaves are also very important. So we advise them to remove these leaves from the trees, harvest them, dry them properly after washing, and then make a powder. And this moringa powder is sold with a very high price in the market, and people prefer it. And those who are using it are very much. And then we ask for their household that whenever you make sabji, at least add 10 grams of this moringa powder into this. So all in the house will get this kind of so the good vitamins and the minerals into it. Sorry. Sorry. Now, not this one. Is it seen properly?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now the cooking medium. We use different kind of cooking medium. The best is ghee. Yeah, formerly no vegetable ghee or hydrogenated ghee were available in the market. It started with lalla. Okay, but now nowadays so many people are making this. Please don't use hydrogenated oil for cooking in your house. Not only that, but avoid this vegetable or hydrogenated oil containing food. All your biscuits are having this kind of a hydrogenated oil, and because of that, when you are using this biscuit in your as a food, it will cause a severe acidity. because this hydrogenated oil causes acidity. You can't digest it properly. So use a pure ghee. That too, cow ghee is best, or else the other ghee, maybe from buffalo milk. You can use that. Nothing wrong in it, but don't use vegetable hydrogenated oil ghee. It is not good for your health. When it comes to oil, many people ask me that which is the best oil. I say sesame, mustard, coconut, and olive are the best. Whatever you like. You see, the mustard, the sarson ka tel जिसे बोलते हैं. Here in Gujarat, we use sarson ka tel only during monsoon. In other season, we are not very much used to use that mustard oil. But then sesame is good. Tal ka tel ज़्यादा खाते हैं. In South, normally we find that coconut oil is more light. Olive oil is not produced in India, but we get it either from Spain or Italy. And that olive oil is also considered as a good one. But tali hui cheez mat khaiye. Avoid fried items. If you have to eat, okay, once in a while it is okay. Otherwise, don't eat fried items. You must go for the unfried item. That is the best one. And then use the sesame, mustard, coconut, or olive oil. The other oils which are added later on are cotton seed, that is our kapas ka tel, which contains a lot of gossypol, not good for the health. Sunflower, corn, rice, okay. But palmolene again not good. But other or मूंगफली का तेल भी खाते हैं. It is okay. You can go for that. But the best is this. If you have a choice, go for sesame or mustard or coconut. Roasting, you see the many people they ask what kind of the vessel is used. Of course, the mud vessel are best. Otherwise, use the our said that pittal or that is the alloy vessel or tambaka, but then it should be said that covered with a kalai into it, and then a chonk lagana ka. You know, the chonk is the unique thing which you find only in Indian subcontinent. हाँ, जो छोंक लगाते हैं ना दाल के अंदर, सब्जी के अंदर, प्रदेश के अंदर कोई छोंक नहीं लगाता. अगर वो छोंक लगाना भी है तो वो अंदर वो जहाँ पर उनका वो ये होता है फायर का सेंसर, तो फायर का सेंसर से दूर जाकर के मोस्टली गैरेज में जाकर के छोंक लगाएंगे. नहीं तो वो अंदर से धुआं निकलता है तो फायर सेंसर गोज ऑफ. So people they don't know how to make a chonk, but this is the unique characteristic of our cooking, and for that we use mustard, jeera, ajwain, hing, garlic, and onion, which are very good things. And then because of that chonk, it gives it. Yeah, it helps you in this one. Uh, Other eatables, the adjuvants. Normally, we use our food with salads, pickles, papad, sprouted seeds, dahi, milk, chas. Especially chas, I like it. During daytime, you must take chas. Chas must not. Chas and dahi are contraindicated by Ayurveda after say the 5 o'clock in the evening. Don't take with the your dinner. Don't take dahi and chas with dinner. Take it during the daytime only, which is good. And dahi should never be eaten alone. It must be added with either salt or jeera, or even honey you can add into it, which is good for that. Then the masticators, as I told you, the til, ajwain, alsi, kulti, saunf, dry ginger, gutli, suwa, all these things are normally turned into the masticators, and which is very good. And saunf, as I again repeat, it is very good antacid, and it can remove, so that can cure your acidity if you are suffering with this. There are certain ritualistic food, which is very good. You know, during Holi, at least in Gujarat, I know about it. वो धानी और खजूर ज्यादा खाते हैं. धानी यानी वो जो ज्वार आती है, ज्वार को पॉप करते हैं और उसका और खजूर ज्यादा खाते हैं. उत्तरायण होता है जब पतंग जगाते हैं, पतंग लोग चढ़ाते हैं, उस वक्त पीपल यूज मोर ऑफ तिल और गुड़ का. जैसा आप गजक खाते हैं या चिक्की खाते हैं, तो गजक या चिक्की की तरह यहाँ हम लड्डू बनाते हैं और वो ज्यादा खाते हैं. Undhiyu is a one special preparation of South Gujarat, in which papdi and different kinds of the other vegetables are mixed, and then they're cooked in matka. They put everything with that masala into the matka, and matka is also covered, and then matka is made ulta. Ulta कहते हैं ऊंधा, in Gujarati ऊंधू means उल्टू. तो उसको उल्टा कर देते हैं और आसपास को जला देते हैं. तो जलाने के बाद जो बनता है अंदर पक जाता है, उसको बाहर निकाल करके खाते हैं फिर. तो इट्स वेरी टेस्टी एंड इट इज नॉर्मली ईटन विद सीसम ऑयल, लॉट ऑफ सीसम ऑयल एंड मिर्ची के साथ खाते हैं. Very tasty, very special preparation found only in South Gujarat, but of course elsewhere in Gujarat also made, and wherever the Gujarati restaurants are there, they also put a board undiyu, but nowadays they are not made in matka, they make it in patila, or shedi, that is sugar cane, गन्ना गन्ना ज्यादा खाते हैं. दशहरा के दिन जलेबी खाने का, जलेबी या इमरती जो होते हैं वो ज्यादा खाते हैं. जन्माष्टमी के दिन पंजरी करके एक प्रिपरेशन होती है, वो सबको खाने के लिए, और बच्चे जब हम थे तो हम खास वो हाथ फैला करके चले जाते थे, और जहाँ जहाँ पर मंजरी देती थी मंदिर में, तो ये पंजरी ला करके हम खाते थे. तो पंजरी के अंदर जिंजर होता है, धनिया होता है, जीरा होता है, सौंफ, कोकोनट, ड्राई कोकोनट, पॉपी सीड्स, खसखस जिसे बोलते हैं, अजवाइन और शुगर, उसको मिला करके बहुत बढ़िया स्वादिष्ट व्यंजन बनता है. सूखा होता है लेकिन वो खाने में बहुत मजा आती है. जन्माष्टमी के दिन वो खास ज्यादा. भांग भी पीते हैं लोग. भांग तो प्रोहिबिटेड है इसलिए नहीं होती, लेकिन वो पीने का भी रिवाज था. शरद पूनम जब होती है, फुल मून डे, उस दिन दूध पौवा और जो खीर और राइस खाते हैं, क्योंकि शरद की सीजन में पित्त जब बढ़ जाता है तो पित्त को शांत करने के लिए यह पोहा या तो जो कुरमुरा है वो बहुत ही बढ़िया फायदा देता है. जैनिज्म जो जैन है वो बारिश के दिनों में बीन्स और पल्सिस नहीं खाते. उसका कुछ उनका अपना रीजन है, क्योंकि वो जो है उस वक्त वो उगने की सीजन है, तो उसको नहीं, क्योंकि वो उग सकता है, तो वो जीव हत्या इसलिए नहीं खाते. मानसून के अंदर सरस या खाजा यानी सरसों में बने हुए जो व्यंजन है वो खाने का रिवाज गुजरात में है. और दूसरी जो है एक पौंक. पौंक यानी जो फ्रेश ज्वार, मेज और व्हीट जो अभी खेत में है, पक रहा है, कच्चा है, तो उसको ला करके भून करके उसके दाने खाते हैं. वो स्वाद में बहुत बढ़िया लगता है, और वो खास विंटर सीजन में वो खाने का. विंटर सीजन में पाक भी बनता है, जैसे सालम पाक होता है, वसाना होता है, अलग अलग चीज. पंजीरी, पंजाब के अंदर एक पंजीरी करके एक व्यंजन बनता है, वो गुंद वगैरह मिला करके, बहुत बढ़िया स्वीट है. चिक्की खाते हैं, गजक खाते हैं विंटर में. समर के अंदर च्यवनप्राश. ये आपको खास मुझे बताना है कि च्यवनप्राश वैसे तो आप पूरी साल भर खा सकते हैं, लेकिन समर में जरूर खाइए, क्योंकि समर के अंदर पित्त प्रकोप बढ़ता है, एसिडिटी बढ़ती है, तो समर में जरूर खाइए. अभी क्या होता है कि ये फार्मेसी वाले अभी जो आंवले की सीजन आई तो बनाना शुरू कर देते हैं, और फिर उसको इतना कि जितना जल्दी बेच सके इतना अच्छा है फार्मेसी के लिए, तो वो जितना पैसे जल्दी आ जाए तो अच्छा है, तो वो एडवर्टाइजमेंट शुरू कर देते हैं. तो लोग जो है विंटर में भी खाते हैं च्यवनप्राश. खाइए, कोई बुरी बात नहीं, लेकिन समर में जरूर खाइए. समर में च्यवनप्राश को जरूर खाना चाहिए, वो एक ध्यान में रखने जैसी बात है. ये ज्योग्राफी एंड फूड हैबिट, जैसे साउथ इंडिया में राइस, सांबार, कोकोनट, चुकुवलम वगैरह ज्यादा होता है. ईस्टर्न इंडिया है में राइस, फिश, वेजिटेबल, सत्तू का ज्यादा है. वेस्टर्न इंडिया के अंदर हम राइस भी खाते हैं, रोटी भी खाते हैं. पहले हम रोटी खा लेंगे, फिर बाद में राइस खाएंगे. महाराष्ट्र में पहले राइस का अपोषण लेते हैं, फिर बाद में रोटी खाते हैं. तो हर एक की अपनी अपनी ये है. नॉर्दर्न इंडिया में रोटी, दाल, वेजिटेबल ज्यादा है. नॉर्दर्न इंडिया में जाते भी हैं जैसे दिल्ली की तरफ, तो आइए खाना खाने, ऐसे नहीं कहते आइए साहब रोटी खा लीजिए ना, ऐसे ही बोलते हैं. तो रोटी का जो है रिवाज वहाँ पर ज्यादा है. फिर जो है जैसे कहते हैं गुड लेबोरेटरी प्रैक्टिसेस, गुड मैन्युफैक्चरिंग प्रैक्टिसेस, इसलिए गुड कुकिंग हैबिट्स भी है. तो क्या दाल और स्पिनेच मिला करके पकाइए. सीजनिंग इन आयरन वेसल, ये एक ध्यान में रखने जैसी बात है. हम जब छोंक लगाते हैं तो पहले के जमाने में छोंक के लिए वो लोहे का बर्तन का इस्तेमाल करते थे. एक छोटा सा लोहे का बर्तन रहता था, या तो कड़छी रहती थी, तो वो लोहे की रहती थी, जिसके अंदर वो तेल है, उसमें मिर्ची है, राई है वगैरह डाल करके उसकी छोंक लगाएंगे, और वो कड़छी दाल के अंदर उबले तब रहेगी. तो अब आजकल जो है लोग को वो काला कलूटा बर्तन ठीक नहीं लगता है, तो लोग जो है अच्छे वाला स्टील का बर्तन लेके आते हैं. प्लीज डोंट यूज स्टील वेसल फॉर छोंक. वो जो लोहे का काला कलूटा बर्तन है वो काफी गुणियल है, गुणवान है, उसी को इस्तेमाल करिए. और वो दाल या जो आपकी सब्जी बनती है उसके अंदर डाल दीजिए, सब्जी के साथ उसको उबलने दीजिए, दाल के साथ उसको उबलने दीजिए, तो आपको पूरा जो है आपको अच्छी तरह से आयरन मिल जाएगा। एक चीज ध्यान में रखिए कि जो आयरन की टैबलेट बाजार में बहुत ही सस्ती मिलती है, बहुत ही सस्ती, एनीबडी कैन अफोर्ड, लेकिन उसमें फेरस सल्फेट रहता है, वो खाने की वजह से कब्जियत हो जाती है। और ज्यादातर बहनें आफ्टर डिलीवरी दे सफर विद पाइल्स, क्योंकि वो जो गर्भवती माँ है उसके लिए तो आयरन जरूरी है, तो डॉक्टर्स आयरन दे देंगे, लेकिन वो आयरन टैबलेट खाने की वजह से उनको जो है वो कब्जियत हो जाती है, और कब्जियत की वजह से पाइल्स हो जाते हैं, और पाइल्स पूरी जिंदगी तक उनका जो है ये छोड़ते नहीं। आपको जब डॉक्टर दोषी हमारे विद्यानगर में थे, हमारे एक दूसरे स्टूडेंट ने एक उसके ऊपर पीएचडी किया था, और एक पुड़िया ऐसी बनाई कि एक ही पुड़िया खाने से वो पाइल्स ठीक हो जाता है। लेकिन वो पाइल्स होने तक मत रुकिए, आप जो है ये लोहे का अगर बर्तन का अपनाएंगे तो आपको प्रॉब्लम जो है नहीं होगा। तो ये आप उसका जरूर ध्यान रखिए, लोहे का बर्तन करिए। एक दूसरी चीज जो है वो कैल्शियम है। तो कैल्शियम की डेफिशिएंसी ज्यादातर महिलाओं को होती है, और पुरुष वर्ग भी जो आफ्टर 40-45 साल के बाद दे सफर विद कैल्शियम डेफिशिएंसी। तो उसका क्या करना चाहिए? देखिए, हमारे घर का एक रिवाज है जो हम बता रहे हैं आपको। हमारे पिताजी पान खाते थे, लेकिन पान के अंदर काथा और चूना और सौंफ डाल करके खाते, वो सुपारी नहीं खाते थे। तो चूना हमारे घर में खुद बना लेते थे। आपके जो दीवार पर लगाने वाला जो चूना आता है, वो चूने के पाउडर्स लेके आओ, एक मटके के अंदर पानी भरो, और उसमें थोड़ा सा 1 किलो जितना चूना डाल दो। वो गर्मी होगी, पुष्कल गर्मी होगी, उसको ठहरने दीजिए। 2 दिन के बाद उसका ऊपर का जो पानी है, जो कैल्शियम हाइड्रोक्साइड चूने का पानी, हम सब केमिस्ट्री के प्रैक्टिकल में कई बार आप यूज कर चुके हैं, जिसके अंदर आप फूंक लगाएंगे तो वो मिल्की हो जाता है। कई बार आपने किया होगा वो प्रयोग, बच्चों को भी आपने स्कूल में बताया होगा। तो वो जो पानी है वो बॉटल में भर के रख लीजिए, 5 साल तक वो पानी बिगड़ने वाला नहीं है, लेकिन वो इतना तो रहेगा नहीं। और रोजाना जब खाना बनता है तो खाने के अंदर 1 कटोरी भरकर वो कैल्शियम हाइड्रोक्साइड का पानी डाल दीजिए। कभी किसी को कैल्शियम की डेफिशिएंसी नहीं होगी। आपको ना तो आयरन की टैबलेट खाने की जरूरत है, ना तो कैल्शियम की टैबलेट खाने की जरूरत है। ये आप मुफ्त में आपके घर में कर सकते हो। लोगों को दीजिए, लोगों को गरीब लोगों को दीजिए, बेचारे को जो डेफिशिएंसी है उनको भी ये प्रॉब्लम नहीं होगा। तो ये जो है 2 चीज खास करने, एक तो जो लोहे का बर्तन है वो छोंक के लिए इस्तेमाल करिए, एंड यू मेक द कैल्शियम वाटर इन योर home yourself, कैल्शियम हाइड्रोक्साइड which is very usually बायो अवेलेबिलिटी उसकी काफी अच्छी है, एंड देन यू कैन टेक इट। तो ये 2 चीज जरूर उसका इस्तेमाल कर दीजिए। देन कुकिंग वेसल्स, आई ऑलरेडी टोल्ड यू, पोचिंग वर्सेस रोस्टिंग वर्सेस फ्राइंग। तो पोचिंग या रोस्टिंग अच्छा है, फ्राइंग शुड बी अवॉइडेड। कैरामलाइजेशन यानी जल जाना, जो जली हुई जो चीज है वो मत खाइए ज्यादा वक्त तक। जो कभी ठीक है, कभी वो बारबेक्यू वाला बना के खा लिया, लेकिन इट शुड नॉट बिकम अ कॉमन प्रैक्टिस। ऑक्सीडाइजिंग इफेक्ट ऑन कट सरफेसेस, जैसे आपने बैंगन है या तो आलू है काट करके रख लिए, तो वो ऑक्सीडाइजिंग इफेक्ट होती है पेरोक्सीडेज की वजह से, और वो काला हो जाता है। तो उसको जो है जब काटते हैं सीधे पानी में डाल दीजिए, यार पानी में थोड़ा सा नींबू निचोड़ कर दिए, और फिर उसको बाहर निकालेंगे तो वो काला नहीं होगा, ऑक्सीडाइजिंग नहीं होगा। और इस तरह से आप उसका इस्तेमाल करिए, तो आपका वेजिटेबल्स वगैरह जो है बिगड़ेगा नहीं। हाँ, जो जो आप सावर और स्वीट और सॉल्ट खाते हैं, वो हमेशा मर्यादा में खाइए, ज्यादा ज्यादा सावर नहीं, ज्यादा स्वीट नहीं, ज्यादा सॉल्ट भी नहीं। वो अगर मर्यादा में रह करके खाएंगे तो आपको जिंदगी भर उसकी मजा ले सकते हैं। नहीं तो प्रेशर हो जाएगा तो सॉल्ट बंद हो जाएगी, डायबिटीज होगा तो स्वीट बंद हो जाएगी, अगर जोड़ों का दर्द हो गया तो सावर बंद हो जाएगा। तो इसलिए जो है मर्यादा में खाएंगे तो पूरी जिंदगी भर आप उसकी मजा ले सकते हैं। और सिलेक्शन ऑफ स्पाइस एंड एडिटिव्स, जो मसाले हैं वो भी हमारी भारतीय संस्कृति की यूनिकनेस है। तो वो the spices, do use the spices, select it properly, and then use the spices, and especially even the other this ginger, cloves, and then they are, and the our haldi, they are the best things to use it. And your food must contain all that thing. And then washing before cooking. Now actually in this season of corona, everybody must be washing, but while washing add little bit of alum, that is फटकड़ी, K2SO4 L2SO4 जो आप करते हैं वो डालिए और थोड़ी सी नमक डाल दीजिए, and the alum and salt containing water should be used for washing your vegetables. Then it is good for that. These are the forgotten delicacies है, जैसे जौ अभी हम नहीं खाते, जौ को खाना चाहिए. जो नागली है, पेस्पेलम है, कुदरा है, सामो, बंटी, मोरियो, वराई, we have all forgotten them. बासला रुबरा तो जो पोई जिसकी पकोड़े बहुत बढ़िया बनते हैं बासला के, इसकी भाजी जो है सब्जी वो भी बहुत बढ़िया बनती है. रेप्टिडिना रेटिकुला इज बेस्ट गैलेक्टोकॉक, आंख के लिए भी बहुत बढ़िया है. जिसको आंख की तकलीफ है या तो दूध माता को कम आता है, तो for that Leptidina reticulatus will be used Jivanti, which is very good. Jivanti powder is available in the market also. The farmers can be promoted to grow this. It is sold at 200 rupees kg, the dry powder. So farmers can also get good money. The aloe vera is also good for the health. You know that there are so many the different uses of the aloe vera. For बाल के लिए है, चमड़ी की skin के लिए, one can use it. It is also very good for the liver, aloe vera gel. The Sesbania grandiflora has got a very big flowers, and you can make excellent pakoda out of it. Not only that, but the leaves and the tender pods can be reduced to sabji, can we use it. Bohemia purpurea, our Adivasi people, they use it as a vegetable. They call it said that kurul. So I think I should rest now. Thank you very much for the patient hearing. And if there are any questions, I will be very happy to answer it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. It was really fascinating to see what our Indian culture has given, and lot of information. I believe all the participants, they were also very much uh, bewildered by the different type of information that you have given. Obviously, we should go by our culture and tradition, and we should follow it, because these are the culture and tradition that were established because of several years of or centuries of work of by our sage and the people who were researching during that time. We have forgotten a little, but we are reviving everything, and I think within next 50 years we will also get back all these information again. It was really fascinating, sir, to hear you. Obviously, I would like to thank our Vice Chancellor, sir, because he was the person who introduced us to you, and he was the person who actually gave the contact information and other so that you can come, so that we can request you to come for this session. So I would request Hiren Doshi sir to please please give a few words. Please say a few words. Yeah.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir. I'm
Yes,
audible.
sir. Yes. Sir. Yeah, yeah.
Respected Parabia sir, and my dear all colleagues. Sir, Parabia sir, actually मैं thanks बोलूँगा आपका. I am very much thankful to you, sir. एक्चुअली मेरा हेडेक था, लेकिन फिर भी ये आपका स्पीच सुना और ये प्रेजेंटेशन देखा. आप सर एक बार चैट में भी देखें तो बहुत अच्छा लगेगा, क्योंकि चैट में भी ऑल आर सेइंग दैट वेरी नाइस और वेरी इंफॉर्मेटिव. और
Yes,
सर
yes.
बहुत ही अच्छा लगा. टू बी फ्रैंक बहुत इंफॉर्मेटिव था कि और छोटी छोटी बात आपने जो समझाई हमको, पूरे ग्रुप के जितने भी मेंबर्स है, जितने मीटिंग्स में है, ऑल आर हैप्पी. और मैं भी थैंक्स बोलूंगा सर, आप यहाँ पे आए और हम सबको मतलब एकदम मंत्रमुग्ध कर दिया. हमारा हेडेक भी मतलब रह गया बाहर, और मैं पूरी मीटिंग अटेंड किया विथ माय वाइफ. मैडम जी हमारे साथ ही है, वो भी सुन रहे हैं आपको. और थैंक्स बोलूंगा सर. थैंक यू वेरी मच सर.
Thank you, sir, and thank you, sir. And sir, one general request from all the participants is that if you can share this PPT, it will be I think it will be like a Bible to everyone, so they can
Yes,
go.
sir.
I have already sent to Dr. Srivastava.
Yeah, sir. I have. Dr.
Okay.
Deepak, sir, I have the all presentation slides.
Yeah.
Sir, I
Please,
think
you
chat
can
box
reply
में
to
कुछ
everybody, all
questions
the
भी
students,
हैं.
those who have.
हेलो
Yes.
Sir, somebody
जी
asking some question in a chat
Questions,
box.
yeah. Yes, yes.
Sure,
yes.
sure.
Yeah,
Ah,
yeah, Dr. Smith.
please. Tell me.
Yeah, Dr. Smriti.
Somebody, sir, asking about. Will you please share again the slide of Shishir Ritu slide?
Okay. Yeah. अच्छा. Just a minute.
I already shared, sir. One more question is कि भारत में चाय का क्या उपयोग है और चाय पीने के लिए इस टाइप से कुछ क्वेश्चन.
क्या बताया बहन जी आपने?
इसमें लिखा है
जरा प्लीज
भारत में
रिपीट करिए.
चाय पीने की
आपका
हैबिट के बारे में आपका क्या कहना है? The question
अच्छा
from
अच्छा.
मुक्ता द्विवेदी.
हाँ देखिए, पहले तो एक, हाँ जी, नहीं जो पहले तो एक ये कहता हूँ कि एक कोई फ्रेंच, हेलो वापस
यस सर. सर यू आर ऑडिबल.
अच्छा ओके. एक फ्रेंच डेलीगेशन आया था गुजरात में एक बार. तो शाम को जब साथ में बैठे थे तो नॉर्मली नो इट्स अवर हैबिट टू आस्क कि भाई व्हाट इज योर ओपिनियन अबाउट इंडिया. तो उसने एक चीज बताई कि इन इंडिया एनी टाइम इज अ टी टाइम. आप दोपहर को 2 बजे ले जाओगे या रात को 2 बजे किसी के जहाँ भी पहुंच जाएंगे तो पूछेंगे चाय पियोगे. हाँ, ना बोलो तो फिर कॉफी के बाद चाय की, फिर बाद में बताएंगे. तो चाय जो कि एनी टाइम इज अ टी टाइम. दूसरा उसने ये बताया कि भाई इंडिया के अंदर एन एवरेज पर्सन इज अ डॉक्टर. हाँ, तो आप किसी को बताया कि भाई ये मुझे पेट में दर्द करता है या तो सिर में दर्द करता है, तो मिनिमम 3-4 लोग तो बता ही देंगे क्या करना है आपको. और एक तीसरी चीज कि इंडिया के अंदर जो ट्रैफिक रूल, एक ही ट्रैफिक रूल है और वो है सेव योर स्किन. यानी लोग को आपके लिए खाली आपको खुद को संभालना है, तो सेव योर स्किन वही एक आपको संभाल करके चलना है. तो चाय की बात बताया उन्होंने, पूछा बहन जी ने. चाय के, देखिए हिंदुस्तान में पहले तो कोई चाय पीता नहीं था. लेकिन जब ब्रिटिशर्स ने चाय पीना शुरू किया एंड व्हेन दे मेड ये जो ये बनाए बड़े बड़े बगीचे नीलगिरी में, आसाम में और दार्जिलिंग के आसपास में, वो हर जगह पे उन्होंने ये बगीचा बनाया. और ये जब बगीचा बनाए तो अब बेचनी भी है चाय, तो क्या करना है. तो दे थॉट का अगर ब्रिटिशर्स चाय पी पी के कितना, मेरे को उसकी तो जो उनकी पॉपुलेशन है वो गुजरात से कम है, खाली एक स्टेट से भी कम है. तो पी पी करके कितनी चाय पियेंगे. तो ये जो करोड़ों लोग हैं, उस वक्त भी 30 करोड़ तो थे हम, तो इसके अंदर ये लोग अगर जो पीना शुरू करे तो वो बढ़िया है. तो उन्होंने, हमने हमारे बचपन में देखे, हमारे स्टेशन के ऊपर सूरत के या हमारे व्यारा के बड़े जो स्टेशन थे वहां पर वो बड़े बड़े बोर्ड लगे थे, चाय पीवाથી થતા फायदा, मीन्स बेनिफिट ऑफ टेक ड्रिंकिंग टी एंड हाउ टू मेक ए टी. तो उसका वो पूरा बाकायदा वो जैसे किस तरह से गर्म करना है, किस तरह से उबालना है वगैरह सब. और हमारे गांव में एक ठेले वाला आता था, तो वो चाय दूध वगैरह सब लेके आएंगे और वो खुद चाय बनाएगा. और उसमें वो छूता छूत वाला बहुत था, तो कप नहीं देगा, कप अपना खुद के लेके जाने का. और गांव में सबको वो मुफ्त में चाय पिलाएगा. हफ्ते में एक बार आएगा, रविवार के दिन जब वो हाट लगता था, बाजार लगता था, उस वक्त तो लोगों को है फोर्सफुली चाय पीना ब्रिटिशरों ने सिखाया. तो चाय की बात थी नहीं, तो फिर हम लोगों ने जो है चाय के अंदर काफी मॉडिफिकेशन कर दिया. हमारी चाय तो ऐसा डिकॉक्शन है जिसमें हमने दूध का, चाय का, शक्कर का, सबका सत्यानाश बना दिया. तो चाय के अंदर फ्लेवोनॉल्स है, अच्छी बात है फ्लेवोनॉल्स, और वो एंटीऑक्सीडेंट है. तो अगर चाय पीनी है तो ब्लैक टी पिए, ग्रीन टी ठीक है पीना है तो पिए, ग्रीन टी से ऐसा कोई बहुत कोई ज्यादा फायदा होने वाला नहीं है. लेकिन जो है ब्लैक टी भी आप बना करके, माइल्ड ब्लैक टी बना करके पिए, बिना शुगर और बिना दूध, तो आपको चाय का पूरे का पूरा फायदा मिलेगा. लेकिन जो भारतीय संस्कृति है उसमें चाय का कोई है नहीं. जैसे कई नए खुराक भी हमने स्वीकार कर लिया है, उस तरह से चाय का भी स्वीकार किया है, तो वो तो ठीक है, लेकिन उसको उसको जो कायदा है उस तरह से पीजिए, तो उसका फायदा आप ले सको। हाँ, और कोई? अच्छा, ये शिशिर का आप देख रहे हैं? शिशिर का आपको देखना था? हेलो?
Yes, yes, sir.
हाँ, somebody wanted to see शिशिर। हाँ,
Sir, somebody is asking about avoid roasted gram.
नहीं वो कुछ सीजन के अंदर रोस्टेड ग्राम तो अच्छी चीज है, लेकिन जो है अभी जैसे ये सीजन है, तो अब रोस्टेड ग्राम या दानिया, तो दानी जो पॉप जिसे बोलते हैं वो नहीं खाना चाहिए। ये सीजन जब अंत होने की रहेगी, जब फरवरी मार्च में, तो उस वक्त आप खा सकते हो। अभी मत खाइए, ये सीजन के अंदर रोस्टेड ग्राम नहीं खाना है। हाँ, क्योंकि वो जो है पानी सोख लेता है शरीर में से, और अभी जो है ये सीजन के अंदर पानी, आपको पसीना तो नहीं आएगा, लेकिन पानी आप पिएंगे भी कम, लेकिन पेशाब ज्यादा होती है, तो पानी पिएंगे कम, पेशाब ज्यादा होगी, तो पानी का वैसे ही जो है निष्कासन ज्यादा हो जाता है, तो उस वक्त है आपको ऐसी सूखी चीज ज्यादा नहीं खाना चाहिए, ऐसा आयुर्वेद कहता है।
Okay, okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
एनीथिंग एल्स?
जी, one more question from participant side, sir. Is
हाँ
vegetable
जी।
washed after cutting is good or bad? From
हाँ,
Tulsi Ram, sir.
हाँ, नहीं 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 नहीं, ऐसी ऐसी कोई बात नहीं, वो आप काटने के बाद भी धो सकते हैं, लेकिन पहले धोना अच्छा है। काटने के बाद से खास करके दोज हु आर हैविंग एक्सेस ऑफ पोटेशियम इन द बॉडी, कई डिजीज इसमें होते ऐसे होते हैं जिसके अंदर पोटेशियम बढ़ जाता है, और वेजिटेबल्स और फ्रूट्स में पोटेशियम काफी मात्रा में है। वैसे तो हाँ, पूरे प्लांट में पोटेशियम ज्यादा होता है, तो उसको जो धोने से पोटेशियम थोड़ा कम हो जाएगा, और किडनी के ऊपर आपकी जो ये है लोड थोड़ा कम हो जाएगा, तो धोने से कोई बुरा नहीं, कोई नुकसान नहीं, आप धो करके उसका इस्तेमाल करते हैं। लेकिन जब आप बात पूछी है तो पोटेशियम की बात निकली, तो एक और बात बता दूं आपको, स्टूडेंट्स के लिए काम लगेगी। ये जो पहले के जमाने में जब पोटेशियम बनाते थे, तो वो खेत के जो एग्रीकल्चरल वेस्ट निकलता था, हाँ, तो एग्रो वेस्ट वाज collected in a very big pot, and then it was burnt. So ash was prepared in a big pot. So pot ash that yielded as the element which was named as potassium. So from pot ash the word potassium has come. हाँ, बाकी ओरिजिनल नेम तो उसका कैलियम है, आप उसका जो केमिकल नेम है वो के लगाते हैं, कैलियम, क्योंकि ब्यूटीफुल है। कैलियम अगेन लेटिन में ब्यूटी के लिए कैली शब्द हो, जैसे कैलोट्रॉपिस फूल अच्छा है, हाँ, कैलिस्टेमोन जिसका स्टेमेंस अच्छा है, हाँ, तो कैलोफाइलम जिसका लीव्स अच्छा है, तो कैलो या कैली वो सफिक्स उसके लिए जो प्रीफिक्स, सॉरी, या तो सफिक्स की तरह भी यूज करते हैं, तो वो ब्यूटी को डिनोट करता है। तो ये जो कैल्शियम है, सॉरी, जो कैलियम है या पोटेशियम है, उसका नाम कैलियम बिकॉज ऑफ ब्यूटी, बहुत ब्यूटीफुल दिखती है पोटेशियम, अच्छा चांदी की तरह चमकता हुआ वो दिख रहा है, लेकिन वो पॉट ऐश में से बना, इसलिए पोटेशियम नाम दिया गया। हाँ जी।
Sir, there is so many questions. One question from Mr. Tulsi Ram. He's asking about Triphala Churan is good for all season.
यस, देखिए अपने जो ये थे साधु, उन्होंने कितना होमवर्क और कितना संशोधन किया होगा, हाँ, वो देखने की बात है। हाँ, क्योंकि त्रिफला के अंदर हरडे, बेड़ा, आंवला, 3 चीज का मिश्रण होता है। तो वो 3 चीज के अंदर जो हरडे है वो उत्तम वातनाशक है, बेड़ा जो है उत्तम कफनाशक है, और जो आंवला है उत्तम पित्तनाशक है। और आयुर्वेद का मानना ये है कि हमारी चीज के अंदर, शरीर के अंदर वात, पित्त, कफ सबके अंदर रहते हैं, जो 3 ह्यूमर है, और उसमें जब इम्बैलेंस हो जाएगा तब डिजीज होगा। तो अगर त्रिफला का सेवन किया तो आपके तीनों वात, पित्त, कफ जो है वो बैलेंस में रहेंगे। तो पूरे जो है साल भर त्रिफला का इस्तेमाल आप कर सकते हो। उसकी सबसे बढ़िया ये है कि रात को पानी में भिगो के छोड़ दीजिए और सुबह में हिला करके पी जाइए। अगर थोड़ा साथ में थोड़ी सा मुनक्का मिला लिया, काली किशमिश, तो बहुत ही अच्छा है। वो थोड़ा तोड़ करके वो मिला दीजिए अंडस, और त्रिफला रात को भिगो के रख लीजिए, सुबह में पी जाइए, तो मीठा भी लगेगा, थोड़ी खट्टा और तूरा लगता है, लेकिन सेहत के लिए बहुत ही बढ़िया है, और पूरे साल भर इसका इस्तेमाल कर सकते हो आप।
Sir, I am having one question. One question related to my mother. Electrolyte imbalance होता है sir. So, what type of herbs or anything, any particular she should be given, because she is always suffering from electrolyte imbalance,
हाँ जी, तो उनको कुछ
particularly
यूरिन इन्फेक्शन रहता
sodium.
है, यूरिन इन्फेक्शन रहता
नहीं
है
सर,
मैम?
नहीं सर, हाइपरटेंशन है और डायबिटीज दोनों है. These two are there.
अच्छा अच्छा अच्छा, नहीं तो ऐसा है कि इलेक्ट्रोलाइट के लिए सबसे बढ़िया तो है नींबू का शरबत। हाँ, नींबू का शरबत, थोड़ा सेंधा नमक मिला करके और जीरा मिला करके उसको पिलाइए, तो इलेक्ट्रोलाइट बैलेंस जो है वो काफी कम हो जाएगा। तो काफी अच्छा है। डायबिटीज के लिए करेला का जूस अगर ले सकती है तो, नहीं तो जाम्बू आपके वहाँ मिल जाते हैं, काले जाम्बू, उसको सुखा लीजिए, सुखा करके उसका पाउडर, और उसमें जो है समान मात्रा में मामेजक चूर्ण यानी एनिकोस्टेमा एक्सिलर, हाँ आप जानते हो वहाँ बहुत होता है आपके वहाँ, हाँ एनिकोस्टेमा एक्सिलर जेनसेनेसी का प्लांट है, हाँ तो वो साथ में सोइए, तो मामेजक घनवटी बाजार में तैयार भी मिल जाती है, वो साथ में मिला लीजिए, और एक एक चम्मच सुबह शाम खाने के बाद लेने से काफी फायदा हो जाएगा। डायबिटीज के अंदर भी जो है उसको काफी फायदा होता है।
Thank you sir, thank you, thank you sir.
हाँ जी, एनीथिंग एल्स, एनीबॉडी?
सर आपने त्रिफला चूर्ण का बताया, सर आपने त्रिफला चूर्ण का बताया, तो ये रात को पानी में भिगो के रखे, सुबह गर्म पानी में लेना है कि सादे पानी में?
जो जिस पानी में आपने भिगो कर रखा है वही सीधा पी जाइए। हाँ, त्रिफला चूर्ण और काला मुनक्का तोड़ करके साथ में मिला लीजिए, सुबह में पूरा का पूरा पी जाइए। हाँ, तो वो अच्छा है, बाउल मूवमेंट भी अच्छी तरह से हो जाता है, पेट साफ हो जाता है।
थैंक यू सो मच सर।
आँख के लिए भी बहुत अच्छा है। हाँ, रात को भिगो करके सुबह में छान करके उससे आँख धोने से भी काफी फायदा होता है।
अच्छा जी सर,
हमारे गुजराती में एक कपलेट है। हाँ जी बोलिए, बोलिए।
सर नमस्ते सर, मैं सविता बात कर रही हूँ सर।
जी
सर त्रिफला चूर्ण रात को मैं अभी लेती हूँ तो रात को सोते
पूरा सुनाई कि नहीं दिया आपने? रात को लेते हो इतना ही सुनाई दिया। चलो, आपका प्रश्न समझ में नहीं आया बहन जी। सविता जी, आपका प्रश्न मुझे पूरा समझ में नहीं आया। आपको डॉक्टर सिंह आपने सुना है तो आप बता दीजिए।
I think म्यूट हो गए हैं
सर।
अच्छा,
आवाज आ रही है मेरी?
हाँ, आपकी आवाज आ रही है।
हाँ
सर रात में गुनगुने पानी में डाल के त्रिफला चूर्ण ले सकते हैं सोते टाइम?
ले सकते हैं, लेकिन वो डाइजेस्ट हो जाएगा। हाँ, तो उसका जो नेगेटिव इफेक्ट है वो सुबह तक नहीं आता। तो अगर सुबह में पी लिया तो बहुत अच्छा है, आधे घंटे के अंदर उसकी इफेक्ट आपको मिल जाएगी।
जी सर अभी पीना है तो अपन उठने के बाद ब्रश करके उस पी लेना, चाय की बजाय वो पी लेना।
वो पी लो।
ओके सर, ओके, थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू।
वेलकम।
सर मुझे एक क्वेश्चन पूछना है।
हाँ जी
सर, जैसे जो डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ मेटल है जो जनरली फूड बनाने में यूज करते हैं या खाना खाते टाइम यूज करते हैं, तो उसका क्या इफेक्ट होता है जनरली हमारी बॉडी के ऊपर?
नहीं, ऐसा है कि जो तांबा तो बहुत बढ़िया माना गया है, कॉपर, लेकिन कॉपर के अंदर जब खाना बनाते हैं तो अंदर वो कलाई करते हैं। हाँ, जो है कलाई लगा करके फिर करते हैं, या तो पीतल के बर्तन के अंदर भी आप खाना बना सकते हैं। अब बेस्ट माना गया है मिट्टी के बर्तन, लेकिन मिट्टी के बर्तन आजकल कोई ज्यादा इस्तेमाल करे, लेकिन कई घरों में आजकल भी मैं देख रहा हूँ कि मिट्टी के बर्तन कम से कम रोटी बनाने के लिए तो इस्तेमाल करते हैं। तो मिट्टी का बर्तन सबसे बढ़िया है, नहीं तो तांबे का बर्तन करिए। और जो पानी का मटका है उसके अंदर हमारे घर में एक रिवाज है कि भाई जो मटका है मिट्टी का, उसके अंदर तांबे का एक लोटा अंदर ही डाल देते हैं। हाँ, वो मटके एक दिन चांदी का जो है ग्लास रहता है, एक दिन तांबे का लोटा अंदर जो है ग्लास अंदर रहता है। कभी कभी वो सोने की एक मिट्टी है जो धागा बांध करके वो भी अंदर लगा देते हैं। तो ये जो है चांदी, तांबा, सोना वगैरह हेल्थ के लिए अच्छा माना गया है, तो उसका करिए। लेकिन इतनी है कि जब तांबा वगैरह का इस्तेमाल करते हो तो साथ में खटाई नहीं लेनी है, क्योंकि खटाई की वजह से वो कॉपर क्लोराइड बन जाता है उसमें, तो वो नुकसानदेह है और पॉइजनस है, तो वो नहीं होना चाहिए।
थैंक यू सर।
थैंक यू सो मच सर।
मोस्ट वेलकम। बोलो। तो शैल आई टेक योर लीव? हाँ, बहुत खुशी हुई आप सबसे बात करते हुए।
Thank you, sir. It was really nice, and it was really nice, and also you patiently answered all the questions. बहुत सारे questions आ रहे हैं, but सबका आंसर देने के लिए मैंने बस यही रिक्वेस्ट किया कि everybody can send an email to the team, and they can directly answer all the questions after referring you. Thank you, sir, for your valuable time, and also patiently going through all the talks and the sessions. I would like to thank you on behalf of Sage University and also on behalf of Institute of Agricultural Science and Sports Department, that on just a simple email you provided your valuable time, and you also gave such a wonderful and very informative information to the participants. I am really obliged to Hirendoshi sir also. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Nice
sir.
session.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Most welcome.
Thank you so much, sir. Thanks to all. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Most welcome.
One information to all the participants. The feedback link will be provided on a WhatsApp group.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay.
If anybody give a feedback from, so you can proceed for the same. अभी आप अपना कोई feedback देना चाहते हैं for the program, तो you can do.
Yes, exact, madam. And anybody wants to share your feedback and your information or knowledge, you can share on a WhatsApp group, please. Thank you. Thanks to all.